like this, join one by one using the French curve with a very smooth lines. So this is how you can get your ellipse using the concentric circle method. I hope you have understand this problem. Now we will look at the next problem. The next problem says that a circle of 40 mm diameter rolls on a straight line without slipping for one complete revolution. Draw the path of the point which is situated at the top of the periphery of the circle in the starting position. Give the name of curve. When this kind of problem comes, that a circle is rolling on straight line without slipping, or a circle is rolling on some degrees without slipping, which means that this is the problem of the cycloid. First of all, we will see how this procedure can be done and what is cycloid in the video.
Now I am going to explain how to draw cycloid for a given circle. So here I want to give step-by-step procedure how to draw a cycloid for a given circle. So here it is the first step. We need to draw the circle with a given diameter. Okay, so by using the compass we need to draw the circle with a given diameter. We need to adjust the distance on the scale by using compass, and then we need to draw the circle. So I am drawing the circle, okay, with the required diameter, whatever may be the value. Next we have to draw the horizontal line from the bottom part of the circle, and that should be equal to the circumference of the circle. So here I have drawn a horizontal line from the bottom point of the circle by using a drafter, and next I am going to locate the distance that should be equal to the circumference of the circle. So I have located the distance which should be equal to the circumference of the circle. Generally the formula for the circumference of the circle is pi into d. So pi into diameter of the circle. So I have located the distance equal to the circumference of the circle. Next we need to divide the circle into 8 number of equal parts. We can also divide the circle into 12 number of equal parts, but at our convenience we can divide it into 8 or 12 equal number of parts. So here I am dividing the circle into 8 number of equal parts by using the protractor, and once again we need to look at the center point C. So here I am dividing by drawing first two perpendicular lines from the center point of the circle. Next I am drawing the remaining lines with 45 degrees by using protractor. Okay, like this we need to draw the lines which should be dividing lines onto the circumference of the circle, and then we need to give the numbering to the divided points onto the circle. So I am giving the names 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th point is the bottom point, and I have located the center point as C, and once again I am locating the bottom point, that is the 8th point, as P. So next we need to do is we have to draw the another horizontal line from the center point of the circle. So, and once again that should be equal to the circumference of the circle. So I have drawn a line from the center point of the circle, and which will be parallel to the line which is drawn from the bottom point of the circle. So next we need to divide once again the horizontal line which is drawn from the center point of the circle into same number of equal parts, 8 equal parts, that we have divided the circle into 8 number of equal parts. So I am dividing it into 8 number of equal parts, and once again we need to give the numbering as C1, C2, C3 up to C8. So dividing the line can be it can be divided by dividing the distance by 8. Okay, so I have divided the line into 8 number of equal parts, and I have given the names as C1, C2 up to C8. And next step is we need to draw the horizontal lines from the points 1 to 3 onto the circle. So already we have divided the circle into 8 number of equal parts. So now we have to draw the horizontal lines from the points onto the circles. So from 1 I have drawn a horizontal line that will be parallel to the line which is drawn from the bottom point and as well as from the center point. So from 1 means automatically it will be passing through the 7. So no need to draw once again from the 7th point. Similarly from 2 also we have drawn from the center point C, means automatically if you draw the line from 2 it will be coinciding with the line which is drawn from the center point of the circle. Next I have drawn from 3 points, so 3 means automatically it will be passing through the 5. Next we need to draw a horizontal line from the 4th point. So like this we need to draw the horizontal lines from the points onto the circle we have divided. Okay, next we need to take the radius. Next step is we need to take the radius of the circle, and next we need to look at the arcs onto the horizontal lines we have drawn 1 2 3 points. Okay, how will you look at the arcs? Means we have to take the radius of the circle onto the compass. Okay, next we need to take the C1 as center. We need to locate the arc onto the line which is drawn from the 1. So listen carefully here. For locating the arc, we have to take the radius of the circle as the distance on the compass, and we need to take the C1. If you are taking the C1 as a center, we need to locate the arc onto the line which is drawn from the 1 onto the circle. So here I am locating by using a line onto the line which is drawn from the 1 with C1 as center. Okay, next we need to take C2 as center, and we need to locate the point on the line which is drawn from 2, means already it will be coinciding. So after drawing all the arcs, after locating all the arcs, I'll show you. Okay, that is, and here listen once again. From C1 we have located a point onto the line which is drawn from 1, so I have given the name as P1. Similarly, if you draw a arc on the line which is drawn from the second point of the circle with C2 as center, then we need to give a point name as a P2. So I'm drawing the I'm drawing an arc with C2 as center. I'm locating the P2 point. So I have located the P2 point. Next, similarly we need to take the C3 point as center. Next we need to locate the point on the line which is drawn from 3. Okay, similarly we need to take the C4 as center. We need to locate the point onto the line which is drawn from 4. So like that we need to continue the procedure until we get P8 points, P1 P2 P3 up to P8 points. So listen here, I'm drawing. Okay, I have located like this, and I am locating the points which are drawn by taking the radius of the circle and respective C1 C2 C3 as centers, and I am giving the names as P3 P4 P5 P6 P7 P8. Okay, next, for getting a cycloid we need to join all the points. Okay, whatever we have located onto the lines which are drawn from the points onto the circle, we need to join all those points for getting the smooth curve that is known as a cycloid. So now join all the points to get the required cycloid. So join all the points, then we'll get the required cycle. Okay, this is the cycloid for a given circle. So here listen carefully. So what is the definition of the cycloid? Means while rolling a circular disc, if you take any point, so if you trace the path of the point while rolling on a line, so that path is known as a cycloid. So here we are taking the bottom point of the circle. So for one complete total revolution of the circular disc, it will come to the bottom position. So that means here we have traced the path of the bottom point while the circular disc is rolling until it completes the one revolution. So that is known as a cycloidal curve for a given circle. So I hope it is helpful for you guys. So if you have any doubts, feel free.
Now we'll see how we can draw a cycloid using our given dimensions. First of all draw a 40 mm diameter circle divide that circle into 8 equal parts. That's 45 degrees. Like this. Name it from 1 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now from the point number 8, draw a line that's of the periphery circumference of a circle, which means that pi into 40, 3.14 into 40, we need to draw this much amount of line, which comes around 122 mm. Like this. I've given the name of the center as point number C. Now what I am going to do, I will draw a perpendicular line from this point so that I can get dimensions very easily. Extend this line, extending this line till this point. Like this. Now I need to divide this 122 mm line into 8 equal parts, which means that I cannot divide it directly. So what I am going to do, I will use the divide line rule. I am going to draw a 80 mm line at any angle, dividing that line into 8 equal parts. This is how you can divide a line, which we have seen in the previous problem also. Take the parallel lines like this. One by one, you will get 8 desired divided parts. Like this. Take its projection on the upward side. Where it intersects with the center point C, we will name it as C1 to C8. Draw the line passing through all the lines one by one till the pi D line. Like this. And like this. Now what I am going to do, radius as 40 mm, radius as 20 mm, C1 as center, C1 as center, arc till first line. Next C2 as center, arc till second line, its line only. C3 as center, radius would be same, arc on the third line. C4 as center, arc would be tangent, exactly tangent over here like this. We'll descend now C5 till 5th line, C6 till its own line, C7 like this. We have got intersecting points. We have got the intersecting points. We'll join this point using the French curve or manually. So this is how you can draw a cycloid which is rolling for its one revolution. We have divided this circle into 8 equal parts. One by one, the 8th part comes as center C8. This center will shift after one revolution over here. So this is how you can draw a cycloid. Now in some of the drawing you will see that it has been asked that a circle is rolling on some angle. Circle is rolling on some angle. Your circle is rolling on these kind of angles for one revolution, then this kind of cycloid concluded on this called as epicycloid or hypocycloid. How we can do this we will see in the further part.
To draw epicycloid, so once again I am going to give the step-by-step procedure how to draw the epicycloid. Okay, this is the overall view for drawing the epicycloid. Okay, so like this we have to draw the epicycloid.